Dang, son. Now that looks like a fresh, brand new truck. Dang, son. Look at those wheels. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today, I fixed the truck. Let's hop right into it. Alright guys, so I took out this piece here that gives it more access. I'm going to go ahead, two different kind of batteries. So I actually am very curious of what the radio sounds make on this thing. I know it made a little bit of sound. I also have this here with the bolts in it. Definitely needs to be washed out. Kind of scares me with whatever that is. It looks like avocado to me. I'm really scared to touch it. I really don't want to touch it. But I really want to see what this thing is made of. This thing's got a stinking hitch on it, and it's like legit. I mean, this thing is built. And sure, I'm sad to say goodbye to the Ram 3500 already, but I'm actually wanting to keep the sucker around because this thing looks like I could put this thing up to the test. And if we're talking power, I'm gonna probably put 60 volts in this sucker too, because I can already see this being faster than the Ram 3500. Definitely needs a wash down, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply those 12. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this car over really quick and then actually clean it out really quick and see if I can figure out what the motor issue is, apply just to 12 volts to each motor and see if it's actually a motor issue or if it's something else. As you can see here, I took the trim off one of the tire things. I actually might just keep it like that. Black tires, I mean, there's nothing else really chrome about these tires for my liking. I don't exactly know how I'm supposed to remove this motor here, but the motor is bolted in right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the seats out because I just want to take a look at the wiring harness. Actually, I could apply power to just the motors individually and see what exactly is going on over here. Alright, so as you guys can see, I took the seat off, and actually for the first time, I'm actually going to see if I can fit in this sucker, standing on the back. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm just sitting on this bench piece right here. Super, super nice space. If I kind of stand to my left, seems like there's enough space. I like that it has lifters. Oh my goodness, and it's like really sturdy. I mean, look at the rotation on this thing. It looks like it got some good steering. I'm barely even trying. I even got a radio, so it could be like the police cars. Yo, get out of my way. It's got engine sounds, stuff like that. But that's pretty sick. I still can't believe I got this thing for free, but I still have a lot more digging into it. I charged the battery up a little bit. I took off the seats to see the wiring harness on purpose. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue looking at the wiring harness and seeing if there's a fuse blown or something else. Okay guys, just in, I put a charged battery, 12-volt battery in this thing. Last time I tried, I put like a Ruby battery in it, but this is an actual battery that's supposed to work. I would love it if I heard some kind of sign of life, but here we go. Nothing. Alright guys, so I took this cap off, which is really good to know, and I'm going to go ahead and screw this little screwy guy out of here. Is that it? Nice. I'm going to go ahead, see if I can't remove this tire. I'm assuming I can now. Why wouldn't I? Okay. So now I know exactly what kind of motor this thing is. That to me sounds massively stripped. So it's the back of these things is what makes it work. I don't know exactly. Oh, I see the mechanism now. So how it works is it's the teeth right here that are in the groove. That's what makes it run. So what I still yet have not done is I need to take this sucker out, and I don't quite know how to do that without breaking anything, but that will address the motor issue. I'm gonna have to find the exact same motor on Amazon, which I'm gonna do, so order those pieces. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and snip it out and see if I can apply some 12-volt batteries specifically to these, just to try to eliminate the actual issue. Because when you're working with these cars, you want to try to eliminate everything you can. Because I mean, just pushing it, I can hear it's bad. But what if it's the gearbox up front or the foot pedal fuse? It could be a lot of things. I'm still going to throw batteries in the radio so I can hear it, but going to go ahead, take the other tire off, and then I'm going to throw this thing on jacks so I can take off the whole thing, and then we'll just pause there until I get those parts. Let me tell you though, seeing this hitch thing is a cool thing, but it scares me a little bit, and the only reason why is because it gives me the idea that they pulled something too heavy, which would have burnt the motors out, which honestly, in this case, makes sense. So I'm going to do the best I can. So it looks like blue. It's going to be interesting. So it looks like blue and orange is the wires that go to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and snip it, take it out so I can test the motor. Snip it anyway, because with the new motor it's gonna need new wiring. But let's go ahead and throw this battery at it, guys. So happy I stripped these wires here very briefly, and gonna go ahead and put negative to the negative, positive to positive, and see if this thing works. Right, so for a truth of the moment, here we go. It worked very briefly. It's still connected. And then it just died. So, gonna do the same thing to the other motor and see if I get a different result. Okay, so I completed the same task with the other one. So, gonna go ahead, disconnect the negative to this guy here, and now that the negative is connected, this thing doesn't even spin, so this one is just completely stripped. So makes me almost want to take these suckers apart and figure out what's wrong. I could. I feel like it'd be a lot of work, but at the same time, if it saves me $47, I guess let's get to it. Alright guys, so I just disconnected, took the screws out, and this is going to be first time you, first time me. We're going to figure out exactly what's going on in this thing, and see if it's fixable, and see if I can save myself $47. So, I'm noticing something immediately off the bat. So the first thing I noticed is with this motor that I took out, which goes right here, there is no gear, there's no teeth for it. So I remember when I turned this one onto the battery, I could hear it, and it sounded healthy, but it almost sounded like it wasn't connected. Because everything here seems like it's working. Kind of gross to look at that. It looks like caramel. I almost want to eat it, but I know it's wrong. But yeah, so you know, the motor hole, unless if it comes off, but that wouldn't make sense because it would need to be attached to this thing. So also, if the camera can pick up on it, which it can't, I can see like this little bit piece right here. See if it will focus. There's like this little bit piece here sticking at the top. It looks like it snapped off. So that would explain one motor. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the other one. I mean, there's nothing I can really do about something that's missing, but at the same time, though, if I could find that teeth bit off of one of the motors I've saved from one of my chargers and take out the motor and put the same bit in, there is a slim possibility, but I don't want to ruin the motors I have for my Dodge Charger that's coming here this spring. Got 2 new motors for it, just for it to be healthy. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the same